Have you ever wondered how you'd manage if the lights went out for good? Whether due to unexpected power outages, living off the grid, or simply desiring a more self-reliant lifestyle, living without electricity can be a daunting challenge. But fear not. In this video, we'll guide you through 8 practical and effective tips to help you adapt and thrive without modern conveniences. From mastering low-tech ways to cook and stay warm, to ensuring access to clean water and lighting solutions, we've got you covered. These tips will not only prepare you for the unexpected, but will also inspire a deeper connection to sustainable living. So grab a notebook, tune in, and discover how you can take control and live comfortably, even when the power is out. Let's get started! 1. Lighting without electricity. When the power goes out, the modern conveniences of light switches and bulbs become useless. You need to adapt quickly or get left in the dark. Literally. Forget fancy gadgets. The basics are all you need to light your space effectively. Start with candles. They might seem old-fashioned, but they're reliable and cheap. Stockpile a few boxes of long-lasting emergency candles. Pair them with sturdy candle holders to avoid accidental fires. Oil lamps are another option. They require some upfront investment for lamp oil and wicks. They last much longer than candles and create a reliable light source. Flashlights and portable LED lanterns are great for targeted lighting, but you'll need a good supply of batteries, or better yet, use solar-powered options. Solar lights are a fantastic alternative since they recharge during the day. Place a few outdoor solar lights on your patio during sunlight hours. Then bring them inside after dark. You won't even have to pay to keep them running. For a hands-free light source, headlamps do the trick and are great for multitasking at night. On the renewable side, invest in crank-powered flashlights or lamps. Most models don't require batteries and only need a few minutes of cranking to generate hours of light. They're practical, eco-friendly, and take the uncertainty out of running out of battery life. Don't forget about reflective surfaces. Strategically use mirrors or foil sheets to amplify whatever light source you're using. This simple trick can brighten larger spaces without needing extra energy. But don't count on everything being smooth. You need to plan for low-light scenarios. Keep a set of glow sticks for emergencies. They won't light a room, but they're safe, cheap, and add visibility when you're scrambling for your main light sources. Lastly, consider sustainable lighting solutions for long-term use. Solar-powered generator setups can charge LEDs, radios, and even small appliances, giving you consistent and renewable energy. If that's out of reach financially, don't underestimate the simplicity of outdoor solar lighting paired with manual resourcefulness. Remember, going off-grid isn't about perfection. It's about being practical, so you're never fully in the dark when the power cuts off. 2. Cooking without power. When the oven and microwave are no longer options, it's time to get creative with primitive cooking methods. Start with propane stoves. These portable devices are a lifesaver during power outages. Invest in a decent camping stove and make sure you stockpile propane canisters. They won't last forever, but they're efficient for immediate cooking needs while you adjust to a power-free lifestyle. For a longer-term solution, consider rocket stoves. These hyper-efficient cooking units use small bits of wood or biomass to generate intense heat. They're pocket-sized but powerful enough to boil water and cook meals with just a handful of sticks. Rocket stoves are ideal for preserving fuel and minimizing your reliance on traditional gas or electric stoves. Solar ovens are another game-changer, particularly if you live in a place with plenty of sunlight. These reflective units use the sun to cook food slowly, conserving resources and staying completely off-grid. But be warned, solar cooking requires patience. Meals can take hours, so plan ahead. It's worth it, though, especially since it doesn't cost a dime to fuel once you get the hang of it. When all else fails, revert to the basics. Open fire cooking. Whether you construct a fire pit outside or use a fireplace indoors, assuming it's ventilated and safe, modern cooking habits can't compete with the raw power of flame and wood. Cast iron cookware is your best friend in this scenario. Durable, versatile, and heat-resistant, it's perfect for cooking over fire or burning coals. Learn to control your fire's temperature through methods like banking coals or adjusting firewood placement, which ensures even cooking without ruining your food. Food preservation becomes even more important when you're living off-grid and can't depend on refrigeration. A DIY solar dehydrator is one practical project worth learning. Simple materials like wood, mesh, and clear plastic sheeting can create a setup that captures the sun's heat and airflow to dry fruits, vegetables, and meats. For example, you can make jerky, sun-dried tomatoes, or apple chips without needing cold storage. Not only does this keep your food from spoiling, but it also gives you lightweight, nutritious meals that are easy to transport or store. Adaptability is key. Learn a variety of cooking methods so you aren't bound to one tool or system that could fail. From boiling water on a propane burner to baking bread in a solar oven, you need to know how to prepare meals no matter the resources available. Treat every meal as a chance to practice. This way, you'll develop confidence in your ability to adapt and thrive without a modern kitchen. 3. Food storage and preservation. Without electricity, food storage becomes a significant challenge. You won't have refrigerators or freezers to rely on, so you'll need to adopt methods that have been used for centuries to keep your food edible. Start with stockpiling non-perishable foods that don't require refrigeration, such as canned goods, honey, dried beans, rice, grains, and pasta. The goal here is to store what lasts and what you'll actually eat. No point in hoarding food if it's going to sit unused or spoil due to improper handling. Invest in airtight containers and food-grade buckets to protect dry goods from pests, moisture, and air. Vacuum sealing bags are another good option, assuming you prep them beforehand since they'll be useless without electricity later. Store these items in a cool, dark place to extend shelf life. Basements, cellars, or enclosed pantries work best. Monitor temperature and humidity levels if possible. The less heat and moisture, the longer your food will last. Preservation techniques like canning and fermenting are essential. Learn to can fruits, vegetables, and even meat using a pressure canner. Fermentation is another reliable method for preserving foods like vegetables or even making your own staples, such as yogurt and sourdough. Dehydrating food is also an excellent way to lock in nutrients and save space. You can build a solar dehydrator fairly easily if you want to avoid relying on kitchen gadgets. Don't overlook food rotation. It sounds simple, but this strategy can save you from wasting your stash. Always use the oldest food first while keeping the freshest stock untouched until it's needed. Maintaining an inventory system will help track expiration dates and reduce waste. Label everything. No excuses here. Finally, consider bartering or community food exchanges as a backup. If you have surplus preserved goods, trade them with others for variety or essentials that might be in short supply. Self-reliance doesn't mean isolation. Sharing makes survival more manageable. 4. Water management. Water is non-negotiable. You'll need a reliable supply for drinking, cooking, cleaning, and hygiene. And you can't depend on a faucet when the power's out. The first step to water management is storage. Stockpile as much as you can. A starting point is 1 gallon per person per day, with at least a 2-week supply. Large barrels, jugs, or food-grade water containers are essential. If you opt for barrels, invest in a siphon pump or spigot, so retrieval isn't a nightmare. Storing water isn't enough. Learn how to keep it clean. Pre-treated city water can be stored for months, but if you're collecting it from other sources, you'll need to purify it first. Set up a gravity-fed filtration system using ceramic or activated carbon filters. These don't rely on electricity and can remove harmful bacteria, sediment, and some chemicals. Options like portable filtration straws and UV purifiers are handy backups, but shouldn't be your primary solution. Rainwater harvesting is a game changer. Install collection systems using rooftops, gutters, and rain barrels. Always use a filter or mesh to prevent debris from contaminating your supply. Rainwater isn't automatically safe for drinking, so filter and purify it before consumption. Use multiple collection points if possible to maximize your yield during heavy rainfalls. Backup sources are essential. Natural bodies of water, such as streams, lakes, or ponds, can be lifesavers, but you'll need purification methods for these too. Boiling is the simplest, although it requires a fuel source. Other options include chemical purifiers like iodine or chlorine tablets, compact and lightweight for emergencies. Conservation is equally important. Don't waste water unnecessarily. Use it sparingly for washing, and roast gray water from cooking or cleaning, as long as it's not contaminated, on non-edible plants or for other non-consumptive tasks. When resources are limited, every drop matters. Water security isn't just about storage and purification. Protect your stash. Make sure containers are sealed to avoid contamination or theft. You don't want your supply tampered with when things get desperate. Plan for redundancy. Have multiple filtration options and multiple storage sites in case one gets compromised. Living without electricity means proactively managing your food and water supplies at all times. Mistakes in this arena can cost you more than comfort. They can cost you your survival. 5. Temperature control. Keeping your body temperature regulated is critical for survival when living without electricity. Without modern temperature control systems like fans, air conditioners, or heaters, you have to rely on fundamental and proven methods. For staying cool in hot conditions, start by staying hydrated. This isn't optional. Consume water consistently, and avoid caffeine or alcohol, as they dehydrate you faster. Prioritize shading yourself by finding or creating cover, such as sitting under trees during daylight hours, or setting up tarps to block direct sunlight. Your clothing matters too. Wear loose, light-colored clothes made of breathable fabrics to reduce discomfort and heat absorption. Additionally, utilize wet cloths. Placing them on your neck, wrists, or forehead can dramatically cool your core temperature. If it's humid or still, consider creating airflow with manual hand fans or any materials that can move air efficiently. Cold weather survival demands the opposite mindset. Layer up with insulated clothing, focusing on keeping your core, hands, and feet warm. Use materials like wool or fleece as they trap heat even when damp. If you can't get your hands on modern gear, old-school tactics like huddling together, insulating your sleeping space with blankets, or even newspapers work well. Always prioritize eating calorie-dense foods during cold snaps to help fuel body heat. No matter the season, understand your surroundings. Architecture can be your ally. If it's cold outside, seal openings like windows and doors with heavy drapes, towels, or whatever you have to keep drafts from creeping in. Hot weather calls for the opposite. Open everything up at night to capture cooler air, but block sunlight during the day. Survive the extremes by paying attention to your body and environment. Any deviation from normal conditions like excessive sweating, a racing heartbeat, shivering, or numbness should signal immediate action. Hypothermia and heat stroke don't care about your timeline, so addressing the warning signs quickly is a matter of staying alive. 6. Sanitation without plumbing. When the taps stop running and toilets are out of commission, sanitation becomes a non-negotiable priority. Failing to control hygiene can lead to disease outbreaks, which will magnify your already difficult situation. Step 1 is understanding waste management. Forget flushing toilets. You'll need to adapt with portable methods like a 5-gallon bucket. Line it properly with heavy-duty trash bags, then cover your waste with sawdust, peat moss, or even ash after every use. This controls odors and reduces bacterial risks. To maintain overall cleanliness, emphasize hand washing. Dirty hands are the fastest conductor of illness, especially when you're handling food or touching your face unconsciously. Keep soap, water, and hand sanitizer in your survival pack. For personal hygiene, a full shower isn't realistic without running water. But sponge baths using boiled and cooled water can help you stay clean and disease-free. Focus on key areas like underarms, feet, groin, and hands. Dealing with trash will pile on another piece to the hygiene puzzle. Stock heavy-duty trash bags and gloves to handle waste safely. And don't leave garbage sitting. It attracts pests. A simple burn pit, if local regulations allow, can also help reduce the bulk of waste. But be mindful of dangerous materials like plastics that release harmful fumes. Keep disinfectants on hand as if your life depends on them, because it does. Bleach is a staple for sanitizing surfaces, treating water in small amounts, and cleaning areas that may harbor bacteria. Having gloves and facial protection when dealing with biohazard material, whether it's human waste or food scraps, can limit your exposure to pathogens. Waste disposal is tedious work, but cutting corners will cost you in the form of sickness, infections, or worse. Ultimately, without plumbing, everything slows down. Washing clothes, handling dishes, and bathing take longer, but you have no choice. Prioritize reusable materials like rags over disposable ones, as they're more sustainable for long-term scenarios. Wash these items regularly and disinfect when possible. Boiling water for this purpose is effective when soap or bleach aren't available. Being prepared with a robust sanitation plan will not only prevent illnesses, but it will also preserve morale. A clean and organized living space plays an immense role in maintaining a sense of control in a chaotic situation. If you ignore it, you'll reap disaster far sooner than you think. Keep sanitation at the forefront of your off-grid existence. The payoff is survival. 7. Charging essential devices. When the lights go out and there's no power in sight, keeping a few key devices juiced up isn't just convenient. It's critical. Forget about charging your smartwatch or wireless earbuds. Focus on essentials like your phone, flashlight, or any communications device. These could literally be lifesavers, connecting you to help in an emergency or allowing you to stay updated with vital information. Solar-powered chargers or hand crank alternatives should be on your list of survival tools. They're simple, reliable, and don't depend on an outlet. If you rely on power banks, make sure they're fully charged when you can access electricity or powered by solar recharging capabilities. Wasting battery life on social media scrolling or frivolous apps? Stop! That luxury is gone. Save it for calls, texts, and crucial updates only. The key to surviving without electricity isn't in how many gadgets you've hoarded, but in using technology wisely. Keep your devices on power-saving mode when possible. Reduce screen brightness, turn off non-essential notifications, and carry only what you absolutely need for survival. Charging a tablet for entertainment while sitting in the dark? That's a rookie mistake. Prioritize function over everything, or you'll be left with a dead device when you need it most. Think practically. Your flashlight or emergency radio should be in better condition than any luxury item. Modern technology is incredibly helpful, but it's worthless if you don't adapt to the limited energy sources available. Treat every ounce of power like the precious resource it is. 8. Adapting to a new daily rhythm. Living without electricity means ditching the modern 24-hour schedule we've gotten too comfortable with. Power outages demand a shift in time management. You'll need to follow nature's clock. When the sun is up, you're on the clock. Use daylight to get essentials done like gathering supplies, preparing food, or tackling any labor-intensive tasks. Once dusk hits, your productivity window closes unless you want to waste candles or flashlight batteries trying to extend the day. Learn to wake at sunrise and wind down at dusk. It's old school, but it's the most efficient way to conserve resources. Forget late-night binge-watching or scrolling. Without electricity, you'll be saving yourself the time wasted on screens, but don't expect it to be easy at first. Humans are ridiculously bad at letting go of conveniences, but you'll adjust. The trick is to plan ahead. Prepare meals early, finish errands before dark, and use the evenings for low-energy tasks like reading or planning the next day. Simple, disciplined living will save your sanity when there's no power to fall back on. Without electricity, maintaining structure to your days becomes non-negotiable. Yes, it's boring, and yes, the simplicity can feel like it's sucking the joy out of life in the beginning. But once you find a rhythm that works, you'll realize you can get through your tasks just fine. Probably faster than usual. Why? Because there are fewer distractions. No TV droning in the background, no endless internet spirals to drain hours from your day. You'll discover that when you rely on daylight, your focus shifts. Prioritize what's essential and block out the noise. That's all there is to it. Modern conveniences have warped our perception of time and energy. Living without electricity forces you to engage fully with every hour. Will it suck at times? Absolutely. But you'll also learn to appreciate the practicality of simplicity.